going on, everyone? This is Liam Catterson here, and today we are going to be reacting to chapter number 5 of volume 5 for RWBY with Necessary Sacrifice. Can we all just get along? Can there just be no murder at all? I mean, that's what I thought with RWBY. I thought RWBY was never going to go to the drastic measures of murder and whatnot. And then we had volume 3. Fun times. Anyways, yes, I'm not really comforted with the title of this episode, but I was really comforted with last week's scenario with Weiss and Yang reuniting and that beautiful hug. It just so many feels and a beautiful portrayal from Barb, of course, in that episode. But I'm so hyped to see where everything's gonna go, because we had a very Yang-centric episode, of course, seeing though that we didn't see her at all in chapters 2 and 3 of volume 5. But yes, we got that confrontation with Yang and Raven, which was pretty sick, and I can't wait to see where things go from here. It looks like we're going to have a bit of the White Fang into this. So without further ado, let's jump into RWBY. This is volume 5, chapter 5, Necessary Sacrifice. Let's go. Okay, so there should hopefully be no buffering issues. Let's go. I'm actually kind of risking putting the intro because everyone else does, and there should be no issues anyways, because YouTube blocks videos anyways, because YouTube's algorithm is crap. And plus, this intro, it's just epic. I think words can't describe how powerful it is, and how awesome Casey is, how the song is just so... Because I got this on my laptop and it's just awesome. I don't know the full song yet, but I probably will do it by the end of this. I know, I'm scaring people with my awful singing. Wish away the tears we beg and rain back what is gone. And yesterdays instead we carry on. But we for sure we will enjoy boys go as far. We the ones to touch the sun. Triumph will be ours. I just love that shot at the end. It's just really sick. Man, these intros do one of the reasons why I love RWBY, one of the many reasons.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you?
I've beat up on giant monsters and robots more than once. I think I can handle getting a few signatures.
Yeah, but this is the son we're talking about. This guy gets creeped up by Gara. I mean, Gara's like someone you don't want to mess with, but still.
Your Easton needs you. Your people need you. Please. Join the fight and help us save Haven Academy.
She's trying to recruit people. Kind of like how Crow's getting hunted. She's trying to get people. Come on, people.
Are you kidding me? We'd love to have someone with your skills on our side.
Mata.
Oh?
Get back inside.
Mom.
You're not.
Mama, Monta. Yeah. Oh well. Have you tried offering cookies? Or balloons? Or anything that's lucrative?
Huh?
They're just like, what the f...
Huh?
Oh? So yeah, or you just tried to be an ass. Well, it looks... Are they mermaids? Or whatever you... It looked like, because they got like kind of wings. Well, yeah, it looks like it's not going good, is it?
I don't get it. How can they just sit around and do nothing with the White Fang getting ready to attack?
Because not everyone is like you and me.
Exactly. Some
The
people.
farmers here in Menagerie, the ones that weren't born on the island, moved here because they were tired of fighting.
They just want to chill, and they don't want any conflict. It's understandable.
And here we are asking them to put the rest of the world before themselves.
They just want to, like...
thought about it like that.
The
I just
problem
love the
is,
graphics.
whatever happens at Haven is going to affect them whether they like it or not. If Adam gets his way and Haven falls, it's only going to make things worse for the Faunus.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
But I don't think they have,
Adam.
they grasp the full situation.
He's the guy you used to work with?
Yes.
Painful
Sorry.
memories.
Forget I brought it up.
No, it's okay.
I've heard a lot of theories
Have
say
you ever
that
met someone and thought to
Sun might
yourself,
kill him.
they are the personification of this word? Okay. I remember getting to know Ruby and thinking, this girl is the embodiment of purity.
Aww.
After a while, I saw Weiss was defiance, and Yang was strength.
Oh damn! I just
What
love
am I?
that goofiness.
Jury's still out on that one, but I'm leaning towards Ernest.
Oh man, I just love that Blake having her own personification
First,
of
I thought Adam
certain
was justice. Then I
Oh,
thought
that-
he was passion.
justice for his own
And over
world.
time, I realized I was wrong. He wasn't any of those things. He was spite.
I
Not
know what he
hatred,
is. Dick.
Not rage. Spite. He won't accept equality.
'Cause
Only suffering
all
for
for
what
himself,
He feels
that's
the
for the
world did
thing.
to him. And his way of thinking is dangerously contagious. That's what worries me about Ilya. She's not like Adam, not yet at least. But I don't know
There's a
how long
glitch.
it will last.
She was your friend, huh?
She was. Her chameleon traits meant she could pass as human. She could have lived a normal life if she wanted,
She tried to.
but she didn't. I always admired that.
Because we're going back to the character shot where she
She
fitted
lost her
in.
family in a mining accident when she was young, and she joined the White Fang. Like me, she was more or less trained on the road alongside other faunus. She learned to survive, to defend herself. But as people like Sienna and Adam started to gain a following,
Yeah.
she became more dangerous. I guess I did too.
But not as, like,
My parents
ruthless
tried to
and
get me to
whatnot.
leave with them, but I refused. I had Adam and Ilya, after all.
You know we're going to have to face her eventually.
She does
know.
feel a bit burdened and whatnot,
So,
but
what are you gonna do?
I'm going to try and help her the way you helped me. You showed me that sometimes you need to be there for a friend, even when they don't want you to be.
exactly.
I was drowning in guilt and fear.
Always
and tried to
be
push you
compassionate,
away, but you
kind,
didn't give
all
up on
that.
me.
Kind
I
of
can't give up on
passion
Ilya.
that drives you to
It's
helping
about
out a
time I
person
saved
even
my
if they're
friends for
troubled.
once.
Like Ilya. I think Ilya needs that the most. After the conference with Gera.
You're really getting better, huh?
He is.
Are you hungry? It's almost dinner time.
Yeah. That sounds good. I was about to call it a night anyway.
So, you've never fought before?
Just the
It's
occasional
just been-
small grab.
Oh,
Nothing
small
like
girl.
this, though.
I mean, there's still a bit of a problem, but yeah.
You look like a natural.
It's strange. I've only had this cane for a few weeks.
But you're grown used
I
to
feel
it.
like I've had it for a lifetime.
I wonder why.
I sound like a crazy person.
I mean, yeah, just a little. But at
She's
this pace,
honest.
You'll be combat ready in no time. Well,
No.
I'll see you upstairs.
How do you handle all of this?
Oh.
What do you mean?
You can see it even hurt Ruby as well say that. Oh.
Scared. I'm more scared than I've ever been in my life. And I ever thought
I don't blame you. You've got another soul inside
To
you.
be more than a farmhand, but this?
This is like surreal.
Who would ask for this?
You just feel like a... Oh. Poor Oscar.
We all went to Beacon because we wanted to help people.
Yes.
But you're right. None of us asked for this either. We just have to press on and
How
hope.
can you be so confident? People have tried to kill you. The world's about to go to war all over again. How are you okay with any of this?
Oh damn, Oscar. I mean, Ruby's had her fair share of battles, but...
When Beacon fell, I lost two of my friends. Penny Polandina and Pira Nikos. I didn't know them for very long, but that doesn't change the fact that they were two of the most kind-hearted people I'd ever met.
Yeah.
But that didn't save them. Pira thought that if there was even the smallest chance of helping someone, that it was a chance worth taking. And because of that, she died fighting a battle she knew she couldn't win.
Yeah, and
Penny
that's a correct... Let's not get into Penny, because that still hurts.
Sorry.
I am scared. But not just for me. What happened at Beacon shows that Salem doesn't care if you're standing against her or not. She'll kill anybody. And that scares me most of all.
I just love the passion in Ruby. Like, Ruby's just like...
Penny, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't hurt. That I didn't think about them every day since I lost them. That I didn't wish I had spent more time with them. If it had been
pain
me
in
instead,
Ruby.
I know they would have kept fighting too. No matter how dangerous it was.
I just love this
So that's what
Ruby's
I chose to
passion,
do.
like Ruby's way of describing this
Moving
and
forward.
how it still affects her. Keep moving forward. Always.
Come on. If we don't hurry, Nora's gonna eat everything. It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh man, that was powerful stuff.
This isn't gonna be easy.
No.
But the fact that you're even trying says a lot about you.
She's...
You're braver than you think.
I mean, that was a really powerful speech about how it still affects
She really
her.
is remarkable, isn't she?
Yeah. She must have been one of the best huntresses at Beacon, huh?
In some ways, yes.
Oh,
But in many
Ozfit.
others, no. She has her quirks, her faults.
Yeah,
Just
well,
like
yeah, I was gonna say, nobody's
she also
perfect.
possesses something unquantifiable. A spark that can inspire others even in the darkest of times.
Which she's doing here.
This must be really hard on her, too.
But she's had her, like,
Most
kicking the
assuredly is.
guts. But damn, that was really, really powerful stuff. I felt really, really moved by
Thoughts?
her anguish.
Are of no
Of Beacon.
significance. If this is how High Leader Taurus wishes to proceed, then we shall make it so.
Of course, brother.
Ooh.
Still.
Uh-oh.
Come in.
Sister Ilya, thank you for meeting with us.
How may I be of assistance?
Please, stand. We have wonderful news.
I don't think there's wonderful
We
news
finally
wherever you're
received a
coming
message from the Mistral Brotherhood. The operation was a success. Adam Taurus has claimed his place as the High Leader of the White
I
Fang.
wouldn't call that as a success
Good.
because that was
And
bullshit.
Sienna?
Buried with honor. The other branches of the
Poisoned
Fang
by
have
our
been given the store that was agreed upon.
A necessary sacrifice. We won't forget everything she did for us.
It's all remarking about
Your
unnecessary
maturity and
sacrifice, but
understanding in regards to this matter is appreciated, and it is why we've summoned you here this evening.
The White Fang is experiencing a transitional period.
Growth requires change.
And change can be painful.
If it's for the betterment of the Faunus, then it's a pain we can endure.
transition.
What's our next mission?
Containment. With the CCT tower still inoperable, we have the luxury of control over the flow of information.
News of Adam's ascension has yet to reach Menagerie. When it does, the citizens of Kuokawana will undoubtedly react poorly now that the chieftain has spoken out against us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
It's my
they
fault
would.
Belladonna's had any ground to stand on.
Do not concern yourself with past failures, Ilya. Focus on the future. We have an opportunity for redemption.
What
I
do
don't
you
like the
mean?
sound of this.
The Belladonnas are the only remaining threat to Adam's assault on Haven.
No.
And so, they must be silenced.
Silence?
Nope.
Like Sienna,
No.
they stand in the way of true
Don't
progress
even
for our
think
people.
about
We would never put
this.
such a burden on you alone, of course. Your brothers and sisters will be at your side. But your relationship with their daughter makes you an integral part of this operation.
Yes.
Blake?
We know how close you were with young Blake. Rest assured.
Something's
Our
gonna...
Lord Taurus has requested she be taken alive, but we cannot risk having her present to defend her family.
Oh.
The people of Menagerie.
Well, I'm not
come to
suggesting idea, but
understand what happens to those who speak
like
against
make sure
the
she's
Empire.
paralyzed or something. I don't
And
know.
we'll be left without a leader until our victory is complete.
A necessary sacrifice, Sister Elia.
God damn it. The White Fang have proven to be more of a dangerous threat, like, in these, like, past couple of episodes. Well, ever since episode 2, I've seen them more dangerous than ever.
She's right to worry about the citizens. It's possible they may come to see Gira as a martyr.
It is a risk we must take for our High Leader.
I don't like this. This is red flags throwing up for the,
I will
no.
not allow them to ruin this. The Belladonna name has brought me nothing but grief.
Well, I hope it brings you so much grief to the
Done
point
well
of
in
death.
finding the deserter. Bring her to me alive, but not before you've slaughtered her family. I have a promise to keep.
I don't like
He
this.
seems unwell.
He carries with him a tremendous burden.
Are we sure he is the one to lead us?
For now,
There's doubt.
we must do what is best for the Faunus.
Ooh, what's gonna happen?
Yes.
Are they gonna try and do something to knock him off this?
Brother Yuma, did you see Tagira's messenger?
He rests beneath the waves, along with
that
his
Batman?
warning.
Then all is well.
Oh no. Another great episode of RWBY. Really, really strong stuff. And dialogue heavy episode, but that doesn't matter because it was a really awesome episode anyways, and I just really loved everything about it. The 3 scenes we got, it was all just played out really well, and I just can't wait to see where this goes, especially with all the red flags now being waved in our direction. I think everyone can agree that those red flags are waving marvellously and terrifyingly at the same time. Yeah. But yes, first the Blake situation with her and Son discussed. I just really loved that with after they failed to recruit people, of course with reason, they want to live in peace away from the conflict, so they're not going to sign up and say, well, screw this, we'll just sign up and whatnot. But no, I really loved that discussion about the personification, the people she loves, how they all had these traits to them and she got it wrong with Adam, and how she wants to help Ilya before it becomes too late, because she had that connection, and whereas Ilya has this venom inside her, she wants to reach to Ilya in time before she does become someone like Adam, and that plays really well further along the story, which I'll get onto in a minute. But I just really, really hope that she does reach her in time, and we'll just wait and see. But it was really good. That conversation between Son and Blake was really, really passionate to see, and I can't wait to see how she does try to reason with Ilya, especially for what is about to happen. I think it's best to actually go into the last scene, since it kind of does connect with the first scene, and that is with Corsic and Fennec, because they've got good, well, I wouldn't say good plans, because it's not good plans. Nothing about this is good, especially with the fact that they plan to eliminate Kali and Gira, and everything is just not looking too positive at the minute. They plan to eliminate them. From what it seems like in the episode, it seems like they want Ilya to try and keep Blake back long enough, because Blake's going to try and Blake will, you know, stop the White Fang if she does catch wind of this. Like, she's potentially the most dangerous threat to the White Fang's plans, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes down, because Ilya could choose to be saved, and this goes back to the discussion with Blake and Sun, where they want to try and save Ilya, so she could be saved and whatnot. But here's the thing, someone's going to die, but I don't think Gira or Kali will be the victims. Ilya's going to die, and this is called necessary sacrifice. She's going to be a necessary sacrifice. So, like, she's had that bit of conflict with the Belladonna's approach, as we saw in episode 3. And she seemed a bit hesitant when the plans were discussed and whatnot. So, what's going to happen is, because they've took out the messenger, there's no help coming, it seems. So, the Belladonnas are a bit in a bit of a pickle. So what's going to happen is that the White Fang will approach their actions to kill Gira and Kali, whereas Ilya makes her move to try and take Blake out of the picture. And I think there's going to be a bit of conflict going on. Like, I don't think she is going to go full Adam. I think she is going to see that this way is a bit wrong, and she's going to, because you have that connection, and it all goes back to the first part of this episode. Ilya's going to come out on top and be the hero, but I think she's going to die. I think she's going to take the rap, and that's going to put a bit of a complication upon the White Fang, because they might have just had Ilya killed when that wasn't their goal. So I'm hoping that's going to happen, because I'm expecting the attack on Haven to actually happen, and I don't think the Corsic and Fennec's approach is going to go swimmingly. So there has to be one approach to the evil organization, because Adam's of course running it. There has to be one approach that is, in a sense, successful, and that's going to be Adam, because that's the big mullah, isn't it? So I think that Ilya's going to die saving the two Belladonnas, but we'll just wait and see. But something's going to go down. And it seems like Corsic and Fennec are not really 100% on Team Adam, it seems. They did have their kind of reservations about his leadership. They know he's a bit unhinged. And I have a feeling that they're trying to use, they're going to use him to, you know, further their goals, of course. And yeah, I'm just wondering how Adam will approach this, like if he catches wind on them two and their concerns with Adam. So something's going to go down. But it was really great that we got to see a bit more of them too, because they are really shady characters, and it's just great to see how their plans wish to escalate. And of course, the probably most emotional part of the episode, Ruby and Oscar, when Oscar was really not comfortable with the whole ordeal, and how he's a bit nervous, and, you know, saying to Ruby, why aren't you scared and whatnot, and then Ruby giving that speech, especially after she said she would be combat ready, which packed a punch. Oh. But I think what packed a punch more was her speech, and how Pyrrha and Penny's death still affects her, which is great, because she's a cheerful character. She's someone who's excitably lovable, and, you know, she's someone who you just, you know, she's so happy, and you have to have that kind of like factor where it, you know, sadness will still be in your system, and she like she said, she always keeps moving forward, and it still affects her. This episode gave a great demonstration of how their falls did affect Ruby still to this day. I mean, I don't think it's, yeah, because I think their time is a bit shorter, because I think it's like every term or whatever for Remnant, should I say. Whereas it's like 2 years for us, although for me it would have been months, because I started back in February, of course. But like I said, that was so powerful about how she described about how Penny and Pyrrha's death still affected them. One thing was interesting is, like, I'm seeing how Blake's trying to convince Ilya and be the nice character that she is because of their previous established friendship. It's interesting how that conversation with Sun about how she wants to try and get to Ilya resonated with how RWBY described Pyrrha's kindness and whatnot, and how it could contribute to her downfall. So, really interesting. But no, that was a really powerful. I was lost for words through that speech, and you can see Oscar's concerned because he was dragged into this like sticky situation. But it's just interesting how RWBY from season 1 has developed into this character with so much emotion, so much experience. And it's kind of a reversal in a sense, because I'm just thinking back to how RWBY was recruited after that shop incident back in episode 1, and how she was so inexperienced and she had Ozpin and Goodwitch there. And now it's kind of roles reversed with Oscar being in the amateurish shoes because he's not really a fighter, and he's got Ozpin inside of him. I know it's not completely vice versa because it's not like it's young Ozpin or whatever, but it's Oscar who is learning to grasp this, and he will. It just takes a bit of time to get used to. And I mean, when we all started RWBY and whatnot, we didn't expect like death to hit us and whatnot, but you know, it just resonates so well to how Oscar's like so surprised about how RWBY can put up with this. But overall, this was a really powerful episode, powerful dialogue stuff and scenes as well for RWBY's case. But that was just a really great episode, and I can't wait to see how things go. I don't want any death, but I do think Ilya's flags are waving so massively. I don't know. There could be a death regarding Kali and Gira, but that's the plan, that's the intention. But I think we're going to have a bit of a U-turn, and like I said, it would be a great complication for the White Fang, but we'll just wait and see. But can we just no death, please? Nobody likes death, and there has to be no death. But that was an awesome episode of RWBY. I'm enjoying Volume 5 even more. It's really so satisfying, and I'm just really enjoying like recording this every Saturday. It's just a really, really great vibe to, you know, await a new episode, and it's just really awesome. But awesome episode, awesome stuff. Can't wait to see where the future goes. It's really, really intriguing to see how things are going to go with the White Fang's approach, but it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait for the future of Volume 5. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!